like to go ahead and call the meeting for April 15th, 2024, like a call to order. I'd like to go ahead and get a motion to adopt the agenda.
I make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Miller. Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton. Motion approved.
All right, so, before we go ahead and take action to do the minutes, why don't we go ahead and get some special guests, so they don't have to sit around here for hours. I think, Director Lewis is, and Hamilton are gonna make a,
I'm gonna read this before the guys come up so they don't have to stand up and wait. That's fine. Thank you. So on behalf of our acting executive director, Torrance Lewis, the chairman of our board, Rob Lapine, our board of commissioners, and the staff here at RCRC, we just want to congratulate the Ridgeview High School boys basketball team on winning the South Carolina boys basketball 4A state championship. Per Max Prep, the Blazers are ranked first in the state. They're 17th nationally. Per ESPN's top high schools, they're ranked 22nd. These young men, headed by Coach Josh Staley and an all-star team of assistant coaches and specialists, were a special group of young men. Winning the national bracket of the Chick-fil-A tournament, also competing on a national level at the Throne tournament in New Jersey. This team was able to fend off several of our state's best defenders. What's special about this group is not that is that several of these players, they've either played, trained, they've learned, or even learned from people associated with RCRC, whether it was directly at a gym or whether it was from one of the branches that we have, which we have so many of. Their skill, discipline, determination, and will to win showed through in true Richland County fashion. The Ridgeview Blazers posted a 29-3 record and made it known why they were projected to be the champions even from the beginning of the season. And I just want to say, knowing several of the coaches, knowing a lot of these different players, I know the hard work that they put in just from watching the interviews, watching them play, watching them have the 6 a.m. practices, all the different things that they put in. They show a lot of discipline and dedication, and many of them are definitely student athletes. They get to the books, they get to the court, they show up in the classroom, and they show up in their examples for a lot of the younger players that we have coming up. I have sons myself that look up to several of these players, and as many kids that come through the Richland County Recreation Parks that play, that see these guys every day, watch their highlights, watch what they do, and they're excited about their future just as we are. So we're gonna call Coach Staley, his team, all of the assistant coaches. We're gonna call you up so that we can take a picture with you and we can give you this congratulations, plaque of congratulations. I'm gonna read this as well. Okay, it says, on your remarkable victory to become the 2024 South Carolina High School, and you guys can come up while we're reading it, South Carolina High School League 4A state champions in boys basketball, your dedication, teamwork, and exceptional skills have truly paid off. It's evident that your hard work and determination have led you to this incredible achievement. May this triumph be just the beginning of many more success to come. From the Richland County Recreation Commission on April 15, 2024, Executive Director Torrance L. Lewis. And I know you guys have been on a tour here. You was at the county last week, and hopefully Representative Thigpen have y'all coming to the State House pretty soon. But we just wanted to show you how much we appreciate you guys. So on behalf of us, so much. Congratulations.
No, looking right here at me.
I paid the mic back, but I'm gonna let, Coach Staley have some words as well.
We really appreciate you guys recognizing the guys like Brother Jacobs read so eloquently. We were able to have a very successful season. We finished top 25 in every nationally ranked poll, USA Today, ESPN, which is the most difficult poll to get in, especially for public schools. If you know anything about high school sports, grassroots sports, ESPN, it's really hard to get in that poll. Like most of the teams in that poll either have like 18 recruits on their team or like it's like a Nike elite school. So for the guys to get into that was great. And obviously the max preps. But like I said at the county board meeting, I'm more even though we had a lot of basketball accolades, over 98% of the team was on the AB or All A honor roll. So I'm really proud of the guys. And we will keep, I don't even know if this mic is on. Okay. We will continue to try our best to represent the county and the state. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you for doing. Thanks for doing that. It was all great work. Hamilton and Torres for setting it up. And whoever else helped with that. We can go ahead and, we need to take action on, the minutes. I'll request the board to approve the minutes from March 18th, 2024 and March 28th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve the March 18th, 2024 regular board meeting and the March 28th, 2024 special call meeting.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley. Motion approved.
And I think we still have Singleton and Miller on the call too. Is that correct?
Commissioner Singleton,
Yes.
Miller?
Miller has not joined yet.
Right.
Motion approved.
All right. We have public input.
Yes, we have one for public input tonight. We ask that when your name is called, please come to the podium. You will be given 2 minutes to speak, and there will be a timer to notify you that your timer has ended. Miss Brenda Green.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Brenda Green, founder and CEO of the Be Strong Group, a 501c3 nonprofit spreading awareness of sickle cell disease. My husband and I founded it in honor of our son Braden, who was diagnosed with sickle cell disease. In 2018, Braden and I stood before the board at that time to request the nonprofit rate. But needless to say, the board decided to not only waive the fee, but also partner with our nonprofit. And so since 2018, every last Saturday of March, we've been hosting this community health fair event, which we dubbed the Braden's Birthday Bash and Blood Drive. And we're so honored that we just celebrated our 7th annual event on March 30th. We're also happy to be able to work with the park and partner to host the Cycle for Sickle Cell Disease and Blood Drive in Eastover, my hometown park. We've been doing that annually as well, the last Saturday of August of every year. And we're so grateful for the staff that we work with over the years, Ira, Lisa, Felicia, Ashley, all the staff at both Coffin Road and Eastover Park to make sure these events are a success. I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce ourselves or reintroduce ourselves to you all, because like I said, we stood here in 2018 and here it is 2024. That's why we're here, and to thank you for all that you do in service to everyone in our community. As we were inspired by our son Braden to start this nonprofit, we continue because of our community that are impacted by sickle cell disease. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Green, Ms. Green, I just want to commend you for what you're doing for your son. I actually had an opportunity to cycle with you guys. And you guys are doing a wonderful thing. I definitely gonna try my best to be there this year as well, but keep doing what you're doing. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much. It was great. Financial report?
Good evening, Chair Lapine, members of the Commission Board. I'd like to begin tonight by providing you with an update on the General and Enterprise Fund financials for the period July 1, 2023 through March 31st, 2024. Total revenues for general fund for the 9-month period were approximately 16.9 million compared to 15.1 million this time last year. Represents increase of approximately 1.8 million to revenues, or 11.9% increase. Property tax revenue was the largest driver for this increase. RCRC's overall property tax allocation did increase for fiscal year 24. In addition, grant revenues are up from this time last year as we received our remaining ARPA fund reimbursement at the beginning of the fiscal year. Additionally, we received funding that was built into the state budget. Program revenues for the 9-month period were 619,000 compared to 669,000 this time last year. Represents approximately $51,000 decrease, or 7.6%. Parks and rental revenue was the largest driver for the decrease. The volume of rentals is down from this time last year. General fund expenditures for this period were 10.7 million compared to 10.8 million. That represents approximately 1% decrease, or $111,000. Biggest driver for the decrease would be supply expenditures, capital improvement expenditures, and salary and fringe expenses. These are all down from what we incurred during the first 9 months of fiscal year 23. Additionally, to date, there's been one less pay period than fiscal year 23. For enterprise fund, revenues for the current period were 807,000 compared to 771,000 this time last year. Represents approximately $36,000 increase, or 4.7%. The largest driver for this increase was increase in volume of green and range fee purchases and cart rentals. Enterprise fund expenditures for the period were 683,000 compared to 735,000 this time last year. Represents approximately 7.1% decrease, or $52,000. Salaries were the largest driver for the change, largely due to there being one less pay period during the first 9 months of fiscal year 24. Are there any questions?
I have one, and
Sure.
you may not be able to answer it, but I noticed that you said the volume of rentals was down. I know we can't do or expect anything from the public itself, but is there anything that we did possibly that changed that make that go down?
There was a change to rental fees, potentially that had an impact. However, I'd probably have to do some digging to find out if that was a contributing factor or if there was another factor at hand. Yep. Any other questions? Thank you.
All right, we have some unfinished business with request for facility fees. And a couple other things.
Last month, I asked you all to table, two requests for waiver fees. I'm coming to you today to a recommendation for each one of these, two requests. The request for the Carriage Oak Homeowner Association Community Field Day. They have completed all their necessary paperwork. They have their permits, they have their safety plan. My staff have reviewed everything. Everything is up to par. I'm requesting that the board allow this, association to have that community field day at North Spring Park free of charge. They have everything they need.
So do we take somebody take a motion on that? We have to take action on that.
I make a motion that we accept a full waiver for the Carriage Oaks
Homeowners Association.
as a non-profit owners association.
There a second?
What, say the motion again, please?
She said, she'd like to make a motion for the waiver of facility fees for the Carriage Oak Homeowners Association.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson. Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes,
Commissioner Mobley.
Yeah.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes,
Motion approved. The second request, is the waiver of facility fees for the town of Eastover for their fourth annual barbecue jam festival to be held in Eastover Park. Once again, they have, submitted all their necessary permits and paperwork to our staff. I'm also requesting that the board make a recommendation to allow them to, have this festival for free as well.
I would like to make a motion for waiver of facility fees for the town of Eastover to have their, is it the barbecue festival
Yes.
at,
second.
Eastover Park?
I second.
Commissioner Anderson. Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey.
Yes,
Commissioner Mobley.
Yeah.
Commissioner Singleton,
yes,
motion approved.
Okay. That takes care of all the old business. We have some other we don't have any new business. So now we go to other business where you'll go ahead and give your executive director report. And then Felicia will give her community relations report.
Got a few project updates for you. Meadow Lakes, parking lot was completely renovated, with new paving, new parking stops, new stripes. We are currently, working with the contractors to possibly resolve a drainage issue. Once we get a price back from them for that, we'll bring it to the board. We may have to do a change order to get that complete, but we think it's something that we need to do, so I'll provide more information with that once we get that feedback from the engineer. Hopkins Park, the parking lot between the Dug Activity Center and the Recreation Center has been repaired, sealed and striped. As you look on the PowerPoint, you can see the difference, in the parking lot down there, at Hopkins as well. Wednesday, if you all are available, we would like for you all to attend the Hopkins Park, school ribbon cutting ceremony, at 10 a.m. If time permit, we would love to have all board members there if you can make it. Kaufman Road Park, we totally renovated the press boxes at Kaufman Road Park. We installed a new commercial refrigerator in the canteen. We also, painted and renovated the outdoor restrooms, at Kaufman Road Park as well. Crane Creek, we went in and redid a new countertop to complement the new style, the new tiles that was on the floors. at Crane Creek, so now you have a totally brand new look, at Crane Creek Gym. North Springs Park, we was able to get some new LED lights out in the parking lot. All the lights in the parking lot have been replaced. It's real bright out there now. It's a safer and cleaner look for our staff and our patrons. We also had LED lights installed at Friars Gate Park as well, for the same reason, to get rid of the dim look, to brighten the parking lot up at night, so it could be safer and, for our staff and our patrons as well. Polo Park, baseball complex, we had all the lights repaired out there on the baseball field. All the lights are now operable on each field, so it's good for the baseball out there as well. And lastly, we had security cameras, installed at Crossroad Community Center and Newcastle this month. So we're still prioritizing, all our facilities where cameras are not working or outdated. We're prioritizing, with our safety staff to get it upgraded into us, in our facilities. Any questions or concerns about the report?
Thank you.
All right. Before I sit, I would like to call the PIO up so I can properly introduce him. My apologies. This is our new public information officer, Mr. Kevin Crawford II. He's been with us now about 2 weeks. He came in the ground running like I did. He's very good at what he do. He came in and pressed us with the interview. He brought a lot of the years of knowledge and experience with public information and public relations. So I want to allow him to kind of briefly speak to you all and
Good evening. Thank you all for having me. Little brief background about me. Worked at City Hall for 6 years under the leadership of Mayor Benjamin and also Mayor Rickman, where I learned how to effectively be a leader, listen, learn, and just watch and become the professional that I am today. And I just want to say thank you all for having me here today. I'm looking forward to lead this division as well and just put emphasis on passion, purpose, and parks.
Well,
Good evening, Chair Lapine, members of the Commission Board. These are the events that occurred since our last board meeting. On March 23rd, we hosted the annual Cottontail Festival at Meadow Lake Park. We had over 150 people in attendance. We'd like to say thank you to the best division in the agency. That's Community Relations. We want to say thank you. And Ms. Crawford is now leading that division. But we want to say thank you to our special events coordinator, Latoya, our outreach coordinator, James. And we'd like to say thank you to Boris, Josh, Leslie, and both our interns, Chase and Joy. And thank you to all of the volunteers that made this event special for the guests. And we'd like to say thank you to Meadow Lake Park for being great host. We had several Easter egg hunt events through the agency. So we knew that the agenda was going to be lengthy tonight. So we just wanted to recognize all of those sites that did host the Easter egg hunt. And that's Gaston, Bluff, Hopkins, Polo, Meadow Lake, Ridgewood, and Eastover. Also on March 23rd was a very busy day for the agency. Crane Creek Gym hosted a fish fry, and they had over 31 participants to come out and support their efforts. We'd like to say thank you to our executive director, Mr. Lewis. He's always hitting the ground running. As you can see, he's serving meals there. And he was also in attendance of Cottontail. And I think he attended 3 or 4 events that same day. On March the 27th, we hosted the Player of the Year banquet. We want to say congratulations to AC Flora, Tariana Gray. She won Player of the Year. I want to say thank you to James Mercado, the Community Relations Outreach Coordinator, and also thank you to the foundation, and thank you to all the staff that attended, and to our commissioners for your attendance and your support as well. The yard sale at Eastover Park took place on April the 6th. They had 7 vendors in attendance. This past Saturday, on the 13th, we had over 1,200 people in attendance of the Jazz Fest. Staff, if you were at the Jazz Fest, could you stand? No, we don't have a lot of staff here, but you can see we got a lot of people that stood up. We had over 1,200 patrons in attendance and over 30 vendors in attendance. It was a phenomenal event that grossed over $40,000. We want to say welcome to Mr. Calvin Washington. He is new with the foundation. If you could stand, Mr. Calvin. And we also wanted to recognize, and not to make any tears, but to say a heartfelt thank you to Lisa Lewis Hutcherson. She has a heart for the community. And if you could come up, please, ma'am. These type of events take a lot of work and dedication. And she does have a sidekick, Miss Leslie Wilson. They work really, really hard to make sure that everything was well organized. And let me tell you another gentleman that he's back there too, Mr. George. Come on, George. Come on up, George. George said he's still tired from Saturday, so he's just gonna sit down. But thank you. We appreciate your efforts and all of the hard work and dedication that went into this event. We've already recognized the Ridgeview High School. We say thank you to Commissioner Jacobs. And our Park of the Month, and let me personally apologize. We did have some confusion. I accept responsibility for any confusion that may have taken place during this process. But we wanted to recognize and honor our Park of the Month, which was Meadow Lake Park. We want to say congratulations to the director, Mr. Alex Wright, Assistant Director Natasha Goodwin, Chris Hunter is there, and Latasha is there. We don't have them in attendance tonight, but we wanted to recognize them and say congratulations. And Mr. Randolph Anderson, we have a slide for you. You're here as well. So congratulations again to Meadow Lake Park. We also wanted to recognize our community center of the month, and they are actually in attendance. They said they didn't have a chance to get dolled up because they just found out today. So my apologies again to the Park Lane Adult Activity Center staff, if you guys would come forward. Second Director, Ms. Shante Cleveland, Lede Wright, Yolanda Adams Cooper, Ms. Linda is at the desk, Mr. Clarence Nelson is the janitor, and Ms. Z Shepherd is the Assistant Director. If we can get you ladies to come up front to take your picture.
Hold on 1 second, they're grabbing Miss Linda.
They're grabbing Miss Linda. All right, Miss Linda is a part-timer that has been with us, it seems like 20 years. She's at the front desk. She's gonna come in and take the photo as well. So if we can give her just an opportunity to walk in. And while she's walking in, we want to say thank you to the supervisors that supervise the Park Lane AAC. She's not in attendance, but her name is Charlene. I want to say thank you to District 2 Supervisor Randolph Anderson. We have a gift for you as well. You got to hold your gift. Now, Ira's going to make some comparisons. So could you grab your gift, Mr. Randolph Anderson? All right, if everyone can look at Leslie. Congratulations, well deserved. Our upcoming events on April the 18th, we have a paint and pour at the Garners Ferry Adult Activity Center. On the 20th, we have the 8th annual badminton tournament that's going to be held at Chenham Park. Also on the 20th, we have the Farm Festival that will be held at Gaston Park Community Center. On the 27th, we have Sweet Potato Festival that will be held at the Hopkins Park Adult Activity Center. And if any of the board members are interested in riding in the parade, please let Ashley know, but we would love to have you. Also on the twenty-seventh, we'll have the senior brunch and bingo at Polo Road Park. On the 30th of April, we'll have a fish fry at Valentine Community Center. On May the 9th, we'll have Mother's Day potluck brunch at the Gaston Park Community Center. We'll have puzzles at St. Andrews on the 20th, and we'll have a trip to the African Museum at Gannett Ferry Adult Activity Center on the 16th. And this concludes my report.
Thank you very much.
Great work. So at this time, do we take a motion? I believe we need to take a motion to go into executive session.
I make a motion to go in executive session.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson.
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley,
Yes.
Commissioner Singleton.
Yes.
Motion approved.
Right, do we make a motion to come out of executive session?
I make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs.
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley.
All
Motion
right,
approved.
all right. We have two motions to make coming out of session. You can do the first, yeah, do that. Okay. Second one.
Chair, I make a motion that we consider of operational changes for the parks.
A second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley. Motion approved.
Sheriff. Is it on? Oh. Mr. Chairman, I believe you have a motion, you're going to seek a motion, seeking that the commission authorize the chairman, Chairman Lapine, to enter into an employment agreement with the acting executive director.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right.
Commissioner
Hold on,
Anderson,
Hold on, is there any discussion? Okay, no discussion. We'll go to a vote.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley. Motion approved.
All right, we'll make a motion to adjourn.
I would like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Jacobs,
Yes.
Commissioner Lapine,
Yes.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Yes.
Commissioner Mobley. Motion approved, meeting adjourned.